Okay. Next up on the agenda, we're now going to get into our conversations and our discussions. So we will hear from Ray on coalitions, policy, and grassroots organizing member team and updates.
Sounds good. So the Coalition's Policy and Grassroots Organizing member team has been meeting consistently beginning in April or May? In April, yes, in April. And it's continuing on the path of container building trust on one another, continuing to share coalition spaces that they are part of, and different community events that are happening. And so we're really excited about that. Building up the infrastructure for our member team is something that member team is really focused on right now. This is going to be one of the first member team for Ujima that is internally and externally focused. So there's going to be an invitation for folks who are not Ujima members, who are community members, to also be a part of this member team. And so we're trying to be intentional about our infrastructure. So we're really excited about that. If you're interested, the next Coalition Policy and Grassroots Organizing member team meeting is happening July 12th. They happen every second Wednesday. This particular member team meeting will also be happening the same day as the microlearning pod. So just be on the lookout for that. Might have a little bit of interest in both. Might have to do some hip hopping around, and that is absolutely fine. In terms of coalition policy and grassroots organizing updates, generally is we are still underway with doing work around our flagship issue for Boston Ujima Project, which is public banking. Hopefully in the month of July, we will be having a legislative briefing. So we're really excited that is underway. There will be more details that we will roll out about when the briefing will be and any support we may need around that in the coming future. We're still ironing out some details, but that is happening. Also, we continue to be active participants in the National Democracy Beyond Election Coalition, which has recently asked us if we would be willing to provide some type of peer teach back. And so we are looking for ideas of things to teach members of that coalition in that space sometime in the fall. We know that Ujima has a very unique way of approaching our work. And so we just want to make sure that we bring our best version of ourselves for that work. So we also are welcoming any suggestions for what we can do a teach back on. We have continued participation in the Better Budget Alliance. So as you may or may not have seen, initially the proposal for a budget for participatory budgeting in Boston, the initial budget was for $2 million. Through the work of activist organizers across Boston, we were able to double that amount. So for our pilot go round of having an Office of Participatory Budgeting in Boston, we do have a total of $4 million for that pot of money that is for operation of the office and for projects across the city. It is not exactly what we're hoping for, but we do see this as a win nonetheless. And so if you're interested in learning more about the Better Budget Alliance, say that fast 3 times, then you can reach out to me at ray@ujimaboston.com. We are also interested in all of the different coalitions that you are a part of. We see all of the work that you all do is a part of our Ujima work. And so we would love to be able to plug in the work that you all are doing. So if you're a part of any coalitions, if you're any community groups, groups and you have any events going on, feel free to please email me, ray@ujimaboston.com, and we'll make sure that you can either get a spot here to talk about your work, or I can plug the work that is happening, make sure you get into our newsletters and the sort. So that wraps up our Coalition's Policy Grassroots Organizing Update for now. Are there any questions, comments?
Thank you, Ray. And I'm looking at our doc, just seeing if there are some questions from our member rep. I'll hand it over to you, Gio, to talk about, just to start the conversation on our next topic, which is remaining member team updates. So Gio will talk to us about what's happening with the Arts and Cultural Organizing team.
Thank you so much, Nia, and thank you for that earlier call out, Ray. It's true. It is true. We got a lot coming up on July 12th, and the foundation that was set for that actually last month on June 7th from the Arts and Cultural Organizing team was the first installment of the Micro-Learning Pod series by Saskia. So Saskia VannJames is a policymaker, solidarity economy advocate, reparatory justice practitioner, and cultural artist whose advocacy can be found at Repair America Collective, Row to Consume, and the Massachusetts Recreational Consumer Council. So last month, we saw and experienced the What is a Zine? How do you make one? And examples of Black American zines through history were explored that day. There's a lot of interaction and giving our members and our friends the tools to create their own zine, especially as it pertains to Black liberation movements and more. The next Micropod learning series, following those flow of topics, is going to be zine making for reparations. So July 12th, if you didn't have enough at Coalition's Policy and Grassroots Organizing, you can surely, get just reach, just like just reach like a higher level of like positivity as it pertains to like what we can do with our member-led ecosystem. There will be examples of reparations and zines in U.S. history, and a review of the current reparations models that are happening across the country for Black Americans that are descendants of chattel slavery. So that's going to be explored. I know that the Repair America Collective is one of the leading community organizations as part of that conversation, not the only one, but one of the leading parts of that conversation. I also wanted to mention just about Saskia VannJames. I think that they're an amazing person. After being in the first micro learning pod myself, alongside some folks who are here right now, that they're also like really like really about like the environment as well. So that pertains to their work around like bicycles and co-founding the Ride for Black Lives of Boston. And actually some COVID history in Boston, that Saskia was the only Black queer woman working as a bike mechanic at a bicycle cooperative store in the entire state of Massachusetts. So in their spare time, Saskia loves repairing bicycles, creating art, gardening, and celebrating community. Definitely a well-rounded individual. Thank you for hearing this. Once again, look forward to meeting or seeing again Saskia on July 12th. That would be after the workshop. So feel free to tune in at 7:15 p.m. East Coast time, 7:15. Now I'll pass it to Mary for more information.
Thank you, Gio. I will be talking about the member resourcing team. So this member team is being revitalized to really get the Sustenance 100 campaign going. The Sustenance 100 campaign is a campaign to get us to having 100 monthly donors, so that we are really engaging in this act of sustenance and sustaining the work of Ujima over time with our donors. And so the resource member team met this past week on Tuesday, and will be launching their campaign on July 6th. If you are interested in getting involved with the Sustenance campaign, or even donating and becoming a monthly donor and really supporting and engaging in this work that Ujima does, please feel free to contact us and reach out. We're definitely looking for more people in this member team to really support this work. And the campaign ends July 3rd, so you only got a few days to make your donation.
Thank you. Thank you, Mary. We'll hand it over to Siona to talk about the Anchor Institution team.
Sure. So I could report that last month, instead of our normal monthly organizing meeting, we held, seems like annual now, our Ujima Faith Network gathering, and it was wonderful. Specifically, we were really excited to have one of our newer Ujima Small Business Alliance members, Ms. Kiana Saxon, who is the CEO of Kidogo TV and Kidogo Productions. And she was very enthusiastic about finding out about Ujima and kind of shared her goals, her experience with engaging with Ujima for the first time, and requested, support in very tangible ways, like helping table, like man the table at some of the events she was part of. So we made connections with our faith members who signed up to volunteer with her. And they were all very just impressed and enthusiastic. So it was great. Also at the faith meeting, which we hope to have more often, we also promoted the Sustain 100 campaign, which people seemed interested in, to either activate their organizational congregations to help kind of promote that or push that forward, or themselves become a monthly donor. Also, we always support our pilot campaign, which is payment in lieu of taxes, City of Boston. Moving forward in the coalition of the pilots, the group called
Pilot Action.
Action Group.
Yep.
Thank you. That's the kind of formal organizing body of Ujima, is a founding member, and there weren't any super timely updates, but just continuing to press that forward. It's the long game that we're playing here, especially now that Harvard Business School is opening up another $750 million development. Also, we promoted, or we're always trying to align some of our faith members and faith anchors with the other work that's happening in the Ujima ecosystem, such as the public banking campaign. We had some emails go out about that. And there was one other thing, the participatory budgeting. We made some concerted efforts to try to mobilize Boston residents to contact their city council members. And then just in general with Anchor, we meet every month except for August, or perhaps. And we do have a good model of where we kind of trade off some of our organizing roles. And we welcome other folks to engage with us so that we can continue to keep the ball rolling, not just with faith anchors, but now we'd love to turn more of our focus on colleges and higher education in the city of Boston and how they can engage and procure or move their agendas forward toward solidarity economy. And then lastly, we did hope and talk a little about how we can center Black voices in our anchor work. And we're hoping to come up with something a little more concrete about how we can, kind of make that happen for all of our benefits. So come join us third Wednesdays. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Siona. Okay. Oh, I thought we were done with this section. We're not. So we talked about this last month. So last month we wanted to get you prepared. That we do have an upcoming vote that we're currently working on. And if you watched the recording last month, you know there was a conversation just about the fact that our pace has increased when it's come to voting. And so the fast and faster pace continues. We are continuing to work on our next vote. I'm trying to think about when this recording is going to come out. So we have scheduled an equity memo to go out July 11th. Perhaps July 11th has come and gone by the time you've watched this. I'm actually not positive. If July 11th has not occurred yet, mark July 11th on your calendars, please. We'll be releasing the equity memo, and then we will give members a week to respond, to fill out the member survey for that business. With any questions, any feedback, an opportunity to green flag the business, an opportunity to yellow flag the business, an opportunity to red flag the business. Then we are looking at releasing an investment opportunity memo, and this definitely will not have yet happened by the time this video is released, July 25th. So we're also asking you to mark your calendars for July 25th for the open of our next vote. And that period will be 2 weeks. And from recalling correctly and doing the math correctly in my head, I think that means that the vote is closing August 8th. So just going to ask you to mark these 3 dates. July 11th, for releasing the equity memo. Hopefully you dig into it, you find informative, and you respond to our member survey, you weigh in, you let us know what it is you know about the business that you think that we should know. You let us know any questions that you have about the business, about which you'd like to know more. There's another date that I missed. July 17th will be our live equity memo Q&A. July 11th is a Tuesday. July 17th will be the following Monday. And we're actually doing something new with our Q&As. We're gonna have 2. We're gonna have one that's in the afternoon at noon. So we wanna see if that's a time that works better for some people at home on Zoom. Maybe it's their lunch break. I know we don't necessarily all have most traditional work hours now, but some people do. So we're gonna try that. We're gonna have a virtual live Q&A on the equity memo at noon. And then we're gonna have a hybrid one later on in the evening. So we will welcome people into our space, provide some food. As a reminder, we're here at Black Market. Didn't say that at the open. This will have been our 3rd month, I believe. 2nd month, in closing out the 2nd month in Black Market. So we're just working on making it more and more home and just welcoming more people in. So also that evening, we'll be inviting people in to go over the equity memo live with us, and they'll be hybrid. We will also be inviting people to join us from home, and we will be providing delicious food. Tonight, I should also say, tonight here at Black Market, we're eating shanti. So food here is good. And then finally, July 25th, investment vote opens. So I want to recap, because I know that was a little rambly. Tuesday, July 11th, equity memos released. Monday, July 17th, we're doing 2 equity memo Q&As, 1 virtual at noon, 1 hybrid in the evening, starting 6:15, 6:30, July 25th, vote opens. So we're very excited. Mark your calendars. And we will let you know if that timeline adjusts. I believe that is all I have to say about votes. So this will now, in this portion of the conversation, I'm gonna stop recording.